Welcome to The Explainer, where today we're basically handing you the cheat codes to game development. Seriously, we're going to turn you into a game developer right now. So, have you ever dreamed of building your own video game but just had no idea where to even begin? Well, what if I told you that you could use the power of AI to bring all those awesome game ideas to life right inside your browser? No downloads, no complicated setup. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's our game plan for today, our little quest log, if you will. We're going to meet your AI partner, walk through a simple 5-step process, learn how to craft the perfect prompts, think of them as spells, and then level up our game and even squash some bugs. Let's dive in. Okay, first things first. Let's meet your new creative partner. And I really mean partner, not just a tool. This thing is like having a co-developer on call 24/7. And we're talking about Codex, powered by the incredible GPT-5.4. So what is it exactly? Well, you can think of it like a magical translator. It takes your game ideas, the ones you describe in plain English, and just, poof, it turns them into code. It handles all the nitty-gritty HTML, CSS, and JavaScript stuff for you, which means you get to create, test, and change things on the fly super, super fast. But why does this method work so well, especially for beginners? It's all about keeping things simple and fast. Browser games have really clear boundaries, right? You can build something, play it instantly, and then immediately ask the AI for a change. That improvement loop is just ridiculously short, all because you're starting with just 3 basic files. No complicated build steps, no waiting around. All right, so every good adventure means a map. And this 5-step pattern, this is your roadmap to getting a fun, playable game up and running. And the strategy here is just brilliant in its simplicity. You start with the absolute basics, plain old HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then, and this is key, you ask for just one playable loop. Get that core gameplay working first. After that, you'll want to add the essentials, a visible score, a restart button, good controls. Then, and only then, do you start adding new mechanics, one at a time. And see that last step? You save the polish, the cool effects, and all that for the very end, after you've already made the game fun. This is such a smart way to work. Okay, so how do we actually talk to this AI? How do we tell it what to build? Well, the secret, the real magic, lies in how you craft your prompts. Think of them like casting spells. A vague spell gets you a vague, fuzzy result, but a great spell, that gets you a great game. So what makes a prompt great? It's all about being specific. You're not just telling the AI what to build, you're telling it how to build it. You gotta lay out the game concept, sure, but also the technical rules, like no build step. You need to list your must-have features, like a score UI or a restart loop, and even describe what you want the user experience to feel like, responsive movement. You can even tell it how to organize the code. This is how you guide it to create exactly what's in your head. And check this out. This is a perfect example of a really strong starter prompt. It lays out all the basics we just talked about, but look at that last part. Focus on game feel first. That little phrase is so powerful. It tells the AI to prioritize what matters most to the player from the get-go. Responsive movement, clear feedback. That's how you build something that's fun right away. Okay, so you've got your basic game running. This is where the real fun begins. Now it's time to level up. We're talking about adding new features, tweaking the gameplay, and adding all that cool polish that makes a game feel, really special. And these kinds of follow-up prompts are your secret weapon for that. You can ask it to do things like improve the game feel without messing with the rules, or get specific about the difficulty curve. You can even ask it to add juice, and that's a real game dev term. It means all those little satisfying things like screen shakes, hit flashes, and little score pop-ups that just make the game feel so much more alive. And look at how incredibly specific this prompt is. Let's say we're making a Dodge Asteroids game. You're not just saying, add a power-up. Nope. You're saying, add a power-up that grants a short shield and make the asteroid patterns feel fairer. You're adding a new feature and fixing a balance issue in one go. That's like surgical-level game design, all done with one sentence. It's amazing. All right, let's talk about the final boss. I don't care if you're a solo developer or part of a huge team, everyone faces the same ultimate challenge. The dreaded bug. It's the final boss battle of making anything. But here's the thing. Instead of letting them frustrate you, just think of bugs as puzzles. And the best part? You've got an expert puzzle solver right by your side. Your AI companion is seriously your greatest ally in these boss fights. And the key here is how you ask for help. You don't just want to say, hey, fix this. Instead, you ask the AI to inspect collisions and explain why hits feel unfair before fixing them. See? This is so brilliant because it doesn't just fix your game, it actually teaches you what went wrong. You become a better developer in the process. This is a perfect example. It gets right to the core of how a game feels to play. You're identifying a problem that a player would feel, near misses feel unfair, and you're suggesting the likely technical reason. This is how you use the AI to solve the exact kinds of problems that players notice right away. So there you have it. You've got the tools, you've got the map, and you know how to take down the final bosses. Now, let's take a look at the kind of awesome treasures you can actually create with all this. And this is just scratching the surface, really. You could build a classic survival dodger game, a cool neon brick breaker, a snake game with power-ups, even a typing game or an idle clicker like a lemonade stand. Seriously, every single one of these is totally doable for a beginner, using the exact steps we just went through. And that's pretty much our whole adventure for today. You've seen the map, you've learned the spells, you've defeated the bosses. The power to create a game is like literally in your hands right now. So the only real question left is, what game are you going to build first?